Today we're going to talk about the fundamental counting principle. The idea of the fundamental counting principle is that it allows us to multiply the number of choices. So the key word with the fundamental counting principle is that you multiply. You use it when you have multiple options and multiple events. And we'll take a look at a couple examples to see what that means. In general, what you do is you draw spaces for the number of events, you fill out how many options there are for each event, and then you multiply. And that's all you have to do with it. So let's take a look at an example. So, for example, a deli has a lunch special where you can get a sandwich, soup, dessert, and drink for $4.99. These are the choices that they offer, and we're supposed to figure out how many lunch specials there are. Well, there are 4 sandwiches, there are 3 soups, there are 2 desserts, and there are 5 drinks. And so the fundamental counting principle tells us if we multiply 4 times 3 times 2 times 5, we would end up with 120 different lunch specials. And that's all you have to do. Think about it. If we tried to write them all out, to do chicken salad, tomato soup, cookie, and tea, and then chicken salad, tomato soup, cookie, and coffee, and chicken salad, tomato soup, cookie, and Coke, and so on, we would get to 120 pretty quickly. Okay, another example is at an ice cream parlor. You can choose from 32 flavors. Your ice cream can be served in a dish, a sugar cone, or a waffle cone. How many different single-dip ice cream products can be ordered? Well, to order this ice cream, we need to pick a flavor, and we also need to pick a serving style. So we know that there are 32 different flavors, and then it can be in a dish, a sugar cone, or a waffle cone, so there's 3 different styles. And so if we do 32 times 3, we get 96 ways. So there's an example where you draw your spaces first, and then you fill in your spaces. One final example. Let's say this time we were looking at how many different license plates are possible if the first 3 plates are occupied by letters and the final 4 are by numbers, and repeats are okay. So the first thing I would do is I would start by drawing my first 3 with letters, my next 4 with numbers, and I'm going to keep in mind that repeats are okay. That means there's 26, 26, and 26 for letters. And then for numbers, they can be 0 through 9. So there's actually 10 numbers. So then I say 10, 10, 10, and 10. You would type all that in your calculator, and you would get, well, I'm going to let you figure that one out. That is all the fundamental counting principle is it tells you the total number of options.